if you've not live with this, I'm just going to share this around now to some places whilst we wait for Joe. Myself and Joe are, I'll put a thing in the top on the description of where to probably fast forward it to start at the beginning of this. So just for now, I'm just going to share it around and wait for Joe to come on. So just bear with me and I'm going to do that. So today we will be talking about our thoughts. We're going to be sharing our thoughts on the situation with TS Life. And so just gonna share. Sorry guys, she's on her way. Oh, hi Vicky, she is on her way. I'll just first gonna quickly yeah, we're gonna be talking about TS Life. Just wait for a few to come on as I share it around. Share it there. Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about TS Life. We're just gonna be sharing our innocent opinions, our innocent, impartial opinions about what's going on, what has gone on. And we're only going to be stating our opinions, and if I have facts, I'm going to state them as fact, and I'm not going to claim anything that I don't know for certain. Right, so share to a page. Just share this on my other page. Here we go. If anyone wants to share any of their thoughts, I have a new possible MLM for you to look at. Shall I put it in the group? Yes, do that, please, Tracy. It's another ex-hun trying to build her own triangle shape system. I think I know which one you're talking about, Tracy. Is it Vic? Is it Vic Beauty? Because I've been looking at them. They're another one. If it is Vic Beauty, they're just another one doing what Kiani's doing. They are just to share this to the victims group. Yeah, they're just another one doing what Kiani's doing, trying to mop up all the kind of reps or victims from the other companies who are leaving in their droves because they haven't been able to make it work after the saturation during lockdown. Is it not, Vic? Bath bombs. What's the name of it? What's the name of it? Share that on there. Just trying to think if there's anywhere else I can share it. I think I've shared it around enough now. Bath bombs. There's so many though, isn't there? Acti Labs, Vida Hun. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Do you know when she left those? Well, Vida would have been a long time ago. Do you know when she left Acti Labs? Do you have any idea when she left? Did she leave recently? I'd be interested to know about that. But yeah, for anyone just coming on now, as soon as I'm ready, I'll request. So Joe's in the comments. So Joe's just getting ready. She's printed some stuff off, which we're going to be going through and looking at. I've got the computer. I'm doing this on my phone, but I've got the computer behind me. So just to sort of begin, and I'll get the article up here. Well, there's multiple articles. So let's just put in here, pyramid scheme, Donegal. And I'll share it with you because there's no two ways about this now. And I'll just start. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Donegal properties raided in pyramid scheme investigation. Health and wellness company. Focus of a surprise search is on Tuesday. Now that came out on Thursday the 4th, so that would have been Tuesday the 2nd. That those raids took place. Then a consumer watchdog staff raided 2 properties this week as part of an investigation into a pyramid scheme. Irish law bans pyramid schemes, and it goes on and it talks about on Tuesday 2 properties were searched under a warrant by officers from the CCPC and the Food Safety Authority of Ireland, who were separately verifying compliance with the requirements of food law, said a commission statement on Thursday. Local Guardia, so the police turned up as well. Local Guardia officers from the Forces National Economic Crime Bureau supported the commission and food safety staff. So this was very serious. This is a serious, thing. This is a very serious thing to happen to any company. And it was TS Life that they were investigating, right? It was TS Life. Right, and I can bet my life on that. Not even bet my life, I can tell you categorically. There's neighbours who have contacted me and said, it's that property. It's TS Life. If it's not TS Life, right, if it's not TS Life, and I'm standing on here and I'm saying categorically it is TS Life who were the subject of that investigation, and it's not true, then that's massive defamation on my part. That I'm saying that that's true when it's not true. TS Life can sue me. Absolutely open and shut case. They can sue me. If what I'm saying isn't true to you guys today, then I can be sued for that. But it is true what I'm saying to you. You need to, current TS Life victims, you need to know, right? Your scheme, the pyramid scheme which you are involved with, was raided on the 2nd of November. It was raided, investigating a pyramid scheme, right? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? I'm really interested because I know that some will come in the comments. I mean, I'm waiting for Joe to come on because we've stuff to talk about. But yeah, it was TS Life. TS Life, and I'm going to repeat myself, TS Life got raided in a pyramid scheme investigation on Tuesday the 2nd of November. There you go. And I'm also saying that if I'm lying, or if what I'm saying isn't factual, then it's an open and shut defamation case. Absolutely, there is no getting out of that for me. If I'm making untrue claims on here, completely false untrue claims on here, then it's an open and shut case for defamation. Easy. This isn't question. This isn't like, oh, well, you know, and I'd have to be able to argue. I'm stating to you now, from my own mouth, not opinion, TS Life were raided on the 2nd of November. And that's what happened. Right, that's your company. If you're a rep, your company got raided on the 2nd of November. And since then, lots of strange things have been happening. And obviously Tracy's going to come on. You ready yet, Tracy? I don't know if she's ready yet. I'll see if she's ready. She said she's going to request when she's ready. But, you know, I mean, listen, there's rumours shooting around, but I'm saying now, I've spoken to witnesses from the area who have confirmed it, categorically confirmed it. Witnesses confirmed it. It's TS Life. And here she is. Let's just come on, getting her on. Right. She's just... I've got you on, Joe. It should be adding you. So I'm conscious of the time because my kids are going to be back at 3:00.
Hello.
Hi, Joe. I've said to them all, I don't know if you watched, I've said categorically it's TS Life that got investigated. I've stated that the witnesses and, you know, other things, but I've stated that it's TS Life, and that if TS Life, if I'm defaming TS, if I'm lying there and what I'm saying is not factual, that it's an open and shut defamation case, but what I'm saying is factual. And we want to talk about, what we're going to talk about is the strange happenings since then, since that time.
Really weird, isn't it?
Strange things have been happening, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I mean, on top of me getting like added, messaged, verbal abuse, all sorts of different things, posts made about me for speaking out. That's totally okay. I'm all right with that. I mean, one lady
you've been saying, haven't you? You've been telling that you've been trying to get it through to the reps, haven't you? That this is what's happening, and they're just telling you, F off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to back down. There's no reason for me to back down because I know what I'm saying is genuinely true. And I've got a little bit of evidence here today. So obviously hearing this news last week from the Donegal newspaper, there's a couple of different newspapers that have run the same story about the raid. And I think if people, or if certain people want to play that down, or if people want to say, well, it's just vindictive people reporting the company, unless, you know, I'm going to be honest, unless they've got, you know, solid sort of reason to come and raid two properties and mention the word pyramid scheme, mention the words health and wellness, there's absolutely no way on God's earth would somebody just like me or you or whoever picking the phone up and saying, "Oh, we think they're under the pyramid
You'd need
scheme."
massive amounts of evidence, wouldn't you? You would need huge amounts of evidence that you were right. You know the amount of resources, guys. Listen, victims, listen. The level of resources that it takes to make something like this happen. They don't just do this because somebody phones up and says, "Oh, guess what? No way." Do you know how difficult it is to make something like this happen? To get an investigation like this out? Do you not think that they're getting called about all different kinds of companies? These kinds of people that have raided there. Do you not think? You know, you've got to get real. You've got to get real, right? If they've raided a company, it's because they've got bloody good reason to believe that there is illegal activity going on.
Absolutely. And the question was raised to me from a good friend of mine last week, and she said to me, "Are you not worried the way that you're talking and the way that you're being verbal and the couple of posts that you've made? Are you not worried that there's going to be some sort of, you know, like revenge or whatever? They're going to want revenge on you, particularly the CEO. Is he going to want revenge? Does he know where
I will. I'm sorry, but the victim, I don't believe the victim. I think the victims are quite innocent people who don't have a clue what's going on. And I think that they have a right to know as much as anybody else. You know, the 99% who are stuck in this scam have a right to know as much as anyone else what's going on. It's been hidden from them. It's been hidden from you. It's been hidden from you what you're involved with and what's going on.
I think my answer to that would be, well, you know, at the end of the day, if you've got nothing to hide, then you shouldn't really mind people talking about it anyway. But am I worried about any sort of backlash from the things that I've been saying? No, I'm not worried at all. Would I be worried if someone knocked on my door with whatever, you know, threats or abuse or whatever? Yes, I would.
And I
would.
Come to my door. Oh, God. You come to my door. Hold on, I think Joe's gone off. It's all right. She's You come to my door. I'm not afraid. Hold on. I'll add her back in. I'm not afraid. Everyone wants to come to my door. I hope you come to my door. Come to my door. Come to my door and see what happens to you. Got a ring doorbell. I'll see you walking up the driveway.
Well, you know, I mean, the thing is, you know,
I'm ready for you.
I mean, although it's me and you that are being really vocal, and, you know, a lot of people are talking behind the scenes as well, me and you have not orchestrated the authorities to be turning up at the property in Donegal. It's got nothing to do.
Yeah, Joe's right.
All we're doing is talking about it and reporting on it and kind of trying our very best to pull the rose-tinted glasses off people, you know, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it does take a certain level of these things have got to be constantly told to people, and they have to start questioning things, and they don't because they're blindly following this cult mentality that's there. I mean, I don't know whether this is a good time to talk about what happened earlier and with the CEO's Facebook account.
No, I'll happily talk about that. Do you want to say what happened?
Yeah, well, earlier on today, there was, you know, a few people saying, look, you know, Caius has lost his Facebook account, or it's been deactivated.
Me that too.
Yeah, it's been deactivated. Now, apparently, you know, I'm going to speculate because this is what was said. So I'm not making an accusation, but apparently, before deactivating his Facebook account, he'd gone through their training group in Stars and deleted all of the posts that he's posted and then deactivated. So he then made. So that account now has gone. He's deactivated it. But this is what.
He started another one then.
He's made another profile, which I've seen that profile and I've got screenshots of it as well, even though it's gone now. But then, like literally a minute after he's posted in stars on his new profile.
From the TS Life group, his new
from
profile.
their group, I've got, and I will show it you because I printed it out so that I can show it to you.
Oh, nice one. Joe's got a printout of this then, and I've got it in front of me. I mean, this was sent to me. Guess who's locked themselves out of their account? And then did a monkey face. Must be my age. Well, if you've locked yourself out, oh, there she is. She's got it. If you've locked yourself out, just pull the picture down now, please. Joe, take the picture down a sec. There you go. Yeah, so basically, apparently he managed to deactivate his account before he locked himself out of it. Because if he just locked yourself out of it, your account would still be there. Because you'd have to deactivate it. And by the way, I know for a fact that if you locked yourself out of your account, it wouldn't just have disappeared, because I've actually helped a couple of people who locked themselves out of their account, started new accounts, and then they wanted to get rid of their old account that they had no access to. And there's an entire process you have to go through that wouldn't have just happened in even a couple of days. It takes longer than that, the process, to obviously prove who you are and get a locked out account removed from Facebook, which you can, by the way, do. So you've just literally... He's just literally made up a complete lie there, saying, guess who...
Total lies.
Yeah,
total lies. There's absolutely no way on God's earth would you be able to make an account disappear if you locked yourself out of it. If you lock yourself out, your account is still there. Locking yourself out just means you forgot your password, doesn't it?
Well, exactly.
And there are measures.
You can retrieve passwords.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are measures.
You don't.
The measures.
And then Facebook, take it down.
Facebook have got measures to help people retrieve their accounts. But I found it quite suspicious, to say the least, really, that he'd gone through the whole of Stars and deleted all these posts one by one himself, and then deactivated his Facebook account. This new one was then created. I think he had about 15 friends on it, and that one also got taken down by Facebook.
He may have deactivated that one, I imagine.
Yeah, it just disappeared, but he's completely gone off Facebook up to the moment. And it's got nothing.
That's been taken down, or it's been deactivated, and now he's no longer on Facebook. So if that doesn't ring massive alarm bells for people, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. Are you trying to tell me that you believe that this man, right, who's been using this Facebook account for God knows how many years, he's conducted all his business activities on Facebook using that Facebook account, suddenly got locked out of it, and suddenly managed to deactivate it before he got locked out of it, so it wasn't on Facebook? No, there's a reason for that. I can only speculate on that reason, because I have absolutely no idea why. But does he think, is the dodgy stuff on there? Who knows? Who actually knows why somebody would do that? Apparently he wants to shut his Stars group down and start another one, apparently. But all I would say to you there is, by all means do that. Because I'm going to tell you something now, Pius. All these reps, and I don't think you realise that it's actually not even ex-reps sending me all this stuff. And it's not even stuff that I'm asking for of people. There are current reps in your company, right? Lower down, middle, whoever, who, by the way, you will never find out from me who they are, who send me screenshots for fun. For fun. For fun. Just to say, look at this. Sometimes, I guess, maybe it's for fun. Maybe it's to see my opinion. Well, what do you think of this? So you start a new group, you start yourself a new Stars group, you add the current reps, the screenshots will keep making their way out, because this is a thing now. It's a show. People are enjoying watching it. Your own reps are sitting there. The victims who are losing money, who deep down know that something is wrong, right, are sending these screenshots out, because a part of them knows they need answers. A part of them knows that there's something wrong. And I'd say this is going to be a majority, whether they choose to send the screenshots out or not. A part of them knows there's something wrong with all of this. And they themselves, I guess, want answers. And that's why they send screenshots out, right? So it doesn't matter how many new groups you start, how many new whatevers, the screenshots will continuously make their way out of those groups. You need to understand that. And I'm only saying, you know, do what you like. Do what you like. But this business of deactivating your Facebook is got to be the dodgiest thing I've ever heard for somebody in your position. You know, especially the leader of these people, and you just straight off the radar now. You've ghosted your reps, essentially. Apart from the ones that you may be speaking to privately on WhatsApp or whatever, you've essentially ghosted your company. You've ghosted the entire victim body of your company. You know? Guess who's locked themselves out of bed? I mean, do you really think they're that stupid? Do you think anyone? Why doesn't he just tell the truth as well? This is the weird thing, Joe. Like,
yeah.
Why don't you just say, listen, sick of, you know, all the nonsense, sick of all the crap, sick of, you know, all of it. I'm starting a new profile, starting afresh because I feel like it, because I'm sick of all the nonsense and trolls and all the rest of it. Here you go. Here's my new profile going forward. Why not just say that? Why not just be honest? Even if that isn't the honest truth, even if it is something dodgier, why make up lies? Unbelievable lies.
Well, why can't he confirm to his reps, these are the people that are funding the lifestyle that he lives for one? Why can't he be honest with them instead of treating them like chimps in the zoo? Why can't he just be honest with them and say, you know what, yeah, you know, some mistakes have been made, and I'm being investigated for the mistakes that have been made. You know, we don't know. All we know is that there's suspicions and they suspect that a pyramid scheme is being run. That's the article. That's all. You know, but why doesn't he just own that and you know, tell everybody in his group and tell all his reps what's going on?
Say to the rep, listen, complete transparency here. This is the situation. These things are obviously going to happen in our industry because we know that there are people against us. Now we as a company are fully cooperating with this investigation, full cooperation. I want to obviously keep full transparency with you guys, just so you know what's going on, right? Because I'll tell you what, at least then you show yourself to be trustworthy. At least then your reps can know that they're standing with, that they're involved with something, with somebody who's honest and trustworthy, which, well, debatable whether you are, but that would prove that you had that in you. That you treat people like absolute fools. You treat these people like absolute fools. And you know, I mean, I suspect, this is my suspicion. At the time when it came out in the paper, I don't think all your leaders knew. I think perhaps a couple of them knew. Perhaps Amber and S, maybe they knew. I don't think Raz knew, because I saw her posting too much that made me think, no, I don't think you knew. But I'm sorry, I think at this point in time, those top leaders must be getting... I can only imagine, Joe, that he's kind of saying, this is all going to blow over, because by this point now, if I were one of those top leaders, I'd be getting out. I really would. This is just what I would be doing. Not telling them they should, not telling you guys you should. You've got your own lives. I personally would be getting very worried. And I would be, I mean, listen, how many people are realistically even joining TSI anyway? Obviously there's some, but more people leaving, aren't there?
There's more people leaving and joining. I mean, my call isn't really even to the top leaders, because they're obviously making a lot of money from the people in the middle and at the bottom. My sort of, the people I try to speak to, or who I want to listen to anything I've got to say, are the people at the bottom, and they are the people in the middle. The top leaders are never going to listen. They're making way too much money. They can't afford to lose the money that they're making. But the whole thing has been set up just so that a select few at the very top are going to earn money. The rest of them are not. It doesn't matter how many times keep working. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You need to go back and watch the previous 3 videos that we've made on this, and that explains in full detail.
I mean, there's people on this. They call it a power ship. a power ship. Basically, you've got is a direct debit every month leaves your account, and for that you get how many bottles of Supernova? Is it different varying amounts?
I think it's four. It's four. There is probably different levels of power ship, I would imagine.
Yeah, so you basically you sign on to a direct debit, and then a certain amount goes, a ridiculous amount goes out of your account every month, and for that you get 4 bottles of cordial, let's say, with vitamins in it, squash with vitamins in it, right?
I mean, I've seen a live, I'm not sure what sort of call it was, but it was definitely like a Zoom, and it was Amber on a training Zoom. I think it was training starters or whatever, and she was making a really big point about how you help your new reps to get to director. So what she said was the first, because it's the first, it's like even though it's very low level director, it's a pivotal, I can't get my words up, pivotal, never mind, but it's a key rank, because it's a key rank because it keeps people excited. And what she said is, if you sign people off, this is in a nutshell, and your first thing that you need to be doing with that new rep is get them on the power ship, mainly because they need to be taking that product themselves. So the Supernova,
consistent customer. Can you imagine any company, legit company, could have that guaranteed customer base every month?
Four bottles of Supernova. You've got to be a product of the product, she said, or you're not even serious about the business if you're not a product of the product.
How much do you get out of that? How long does one of those bottles of Supernova last, Tracy?
Well, when I was at TS Life, it was a week. But now I think
that's just grown 4. So that's just basically 4 drinks for you to consume in a month yourself. And for that, it's like what? 100? Is it 100? It's like 50, is that £50 for 4? Is it, or is it? Is it about
about £50 for 4 at wholesale. But the problem is, when I was there, I'm sure it was 10 mils a day. Now, the way I see them filling these caps up at the moment, nothing's changed. That product has not changed. There's no scientific backing or certificate or anything about that product. There's nothing at all anywhere to state how much of, legally what that product does, or there's nothing. There's no proof of where it was made. There's no manufacturing guarantee. There's absolutely nothing at all. For all you know,
what's the percentage of commission that you make from, say, for example, if you sold a Supernova, or 4 Supernovas, how much percentage of commission do you make?
I see them selling it now for 20 quid. So if they're paying £12 for it, they're making 8 quid on each bottle. But they're not making £8 because one, they've got to pay for shipping anyway.
How much are they going to net off each? So you sell 1 bottle. How much are you going to net off it after you've paid for shipping and everything?
Maybe about £6. And then you've got to
work out just to break even on their product as a product.
The thing is, you've got to also take into account that you've got to account for what it's costing you to be a product of the product. So that's all got to be shaved off as well.
In order to break even, Joe, in order to break even, they have to sell 8.3. They have to sell 9. You have to sell 9 Supernovas in order to just to have not lost money on the 4 that you're consuming yourself. You've got to sell you victims in order just to break absolute even on what you bought yourself that month. You've got to buy 9. You've got to sell 9 to random people. Who's doing that? None of you are doing that. You know you're not doing that.
No,
you're not doing that. Are you even selling 1? Are you even selling more than what you're saying 2? No. Nobody's buying this crap off you. So every month that you've got this power ship where you're spending £50 and getting 4, that £50 is lost. You're not getting that £50 back, right? Because you're not breaking even on that, right? So this is why it's a pyramid scheme. It's the only way you're ever going to make any money, because not enough people want to buy this rubbish, right? So the reason it is clearly a freaking pyramid scheme is because the only way you're ever going to make any real money is by getting enough people underneath you buying their own power ship products that for them to be a product of the product and consume themselves, right? That it all trickles up. And that's only 1% of the company. So the rest of you guys, 99% scam victims, are there humiliating yourself on a daily basis, going and buy and sell sites, being jumped on by all the people in that buy and sell site, telling you that you're in a pyramid scheme, calling you a scammer, which, by the way, I don't believe you are. I believe you are a victim. But they're going to be jumping on you, calling you a scammer, making fun of you, making fun of the products that you want to sell and telling you're in a pyramid scheme. That's what happens. You're then going to write humiliating messages to people that are, at very best, you're going to be ignored. At worst, you're going to have excruciating messages of people telling you, you know, or you're going to get people outright have a go at you, tell you, you know, why are you trying to scam me into joining this company? It's a scam. This is the results you're going to be getting out of this, because the only people who successfully recruit people are the glamorous people at the top who have the lifestyle, because you aren't selling TS Life products. You are selling a TS Life fantasy dream. And the only way you're going to do that is by being the salesperson, by being the confident, glam, look at my life, look at this, I'm so confident, because nobody's buying off you. I did a thing before about, I went on YouTube with my dad and talked about how people buy, they choose celebrities to endorse things who people look up to, right? Because people want to buy, or people want to buy into what somebody who has got status is saying, right? So the people at this top of this company that are there, like, how I look at my life, they've got to the outside eye some form of status that they can say, look at my life, you can join my life, and they've got a chance of recruiting. But you down the bottom, who are earning zero money, who are humiliating yourself, have no money, right? Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying your fantasy fake lifestyle that you're pretending you have. Nobody's buying it, and nobody's buying you, and nobody's buying your products. You are a scam victim, right? You need to get out of this scam, and you need help to get out of this. And I'm saying that what you're involved with is absolutely horrendous, and this should never have been able to happen to you. Not in 2021, not in the United Kingdom or Ireland in 2021 should this have ever been able to happen to anybody. Anybody watching this, any TS Life victims, this should not have been able to happen to you. Are you selling that amount of Supernova? No, you're not. Are you breaking even? No, you're not. Right? You are losing month in, month out. And all the money you buy to be a product, the product goes up. Oh, it's overheating, my phone is. Trickles up pyramid to the people above you, right? So they can live lavishly and preach to all you lot about how if you work as hard as them, you can have a lifestyle like them too. Nonsense, and it's lies. And it's lies. You are being scammed. You're being scammed. Scammed. And I don't find it acceptable. And I'm certainly not your enemy. I am not your enemy. I want to help you. I want to help anyone who wants to get out of this shit show. I really do. I find it when you see those things, Joe. He's there at Christmas trying to get people to. You've got to pay for Christmas, guys.
I know.
£50.
I know.
How you could buy like 3 Barbies for that. You could get the whole Rainbow High doll with all of her clothes. Imagine if you've got a little girl, like that, how happy she'd be. But instead, you've got 4 bottles of Supernova. You know?
Yeah, it's the truth.
4 LOL dolls. 4 LOL dolls. That's, that's two by the ways. This is Christmas presents. I'm going to put this to you in realistic terms. This is your kid's Christmas. Right, 2 months of that, that's Christmas to £200. It's your Christmas dinner. Probably good enough for how you have guests, get your parents round. Christmas dinner, all the trimmings. But now you've got 8 bottles of Supernova for that, and you're covered. God, please.
I mean, the thing is, they make out that they're selling it by, that it's in huge demand, and, when it isn't. And then it's all over Amazon and eBay for a start. It's not.
The person selling it on Amazon, if anyone got Amazon Prime, go and look at Amazon, right? Go and look on Amazon. It popped up on my thing because I looked at it that time in my other life, right? There's people selling it on Amazon who have sent it to Amazon, who have sent large amounts of this stuff to Amazon for Amazon to deliver. So if you buy it off Amazon, not only can you get it cheaper, but you can get it next day delivery. You can get this stuff off Amazon cheaper and next day delivery than you can from TS Live. How can anyone compete with that? You can't. You can't.
No, so these girls that are trying to sell it, I mean, there's quite a few people actually that I look in on to see what's going on, you know, when I'm trying to get and then a lot of screenshots and recordings and everything are also being sent to me. And this one rep in particular, I won't say her name, but she is Welsh, so I'm kind of a little bit drawn to, obviously, to, you know, Welsh people anyway, because with me being Welsh, but keep watching her, and, you know, she's just, I just want to die for her. I just do. I mean, she's got, I think she's got 4 children, and she's going live every single day thinking that that's going to make her be successful. And the worst part about watching this girl, this young mum really, is one of the worst things about it is that she's living in a house that's being, it's kind of riddled with damp. Not through anything that she's done, it's just a structural thing that needs sorting in her house. Now, she's been in TSI for 18 months, and she's got children living in a damp, children and a husband, and living in a house that is, you know, got damp. So, you know, if you were making money, you wouldn't be waiting for the council to come round, would you? If you were making money, you'd be getting that done pronto by a professional. Whether you lived in a council house or not, you can still pay for these things to be done, to treat the damp and to get rid of it. You wouldn't be relying on waiting for the council. 18 months she's been there, and she's living in a damp house with the children, and it breaks my heart to see that going on. It breaks my heart.
Like that, Joe. It's absolutely horrendous. And meanwhile, these people, I mean, how is she going to sell? How, if you're watching, or if you're in a similar position to that, right? How do you think that you, I mean, presumably most of your friends and your network have an understanding of your situation. You will have posted it, won't you? Like, you know, if Joe knows that's the situation, how are you going to sell your lifestyle to people? Look at my wonderful life. I live in a house which is riddled with damp, and my kids are coughing all the time. No.
I know.
So, meanwhile, you put £50 minimum going out of your account every month on 4 bottles of crap. You know?
Yeah, because she's taking. All of them are they're all using the products, so at the very least they're all buying 4 bottles of Supernova to be able to use the products. It used to be a 1 bottle would last a week, but I think they've upped the intake, so I don't even think it lasts a week anymore, because the amount of mils in the bottle hasn't changed. But the thing is, you know, all these people they're just glorified customers. They're just customers that are being, like, they're looking them dead in the eyes, and they're stealing off them. They're stealing your life. They're stealing time with your children. They're stealing time for you. You've got it. I just don't know where this is going to go, but it's got to stop. It's got to stop. These poor women who are doing what they're doing, and all they are is a customer, and they're devoting their life and sacrificing time and attention on their own children that they've given birth to for a man that's being investigated for running a fucking pyramid scheme. Look, shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe.
Joe, you've had people come to you saying, I'm sick of hearing that it's our company because people are jealous of the success we're having here. Success. What are you calling
No. I'm not looking at the people that are enjoying the lavish lifestyle off these poor women with a damp house or whatever else. I'm looking at the people in the middle and at the bottom who are being enslaved to your tax, to your customer powership, to constantly being available. They're the people I'm looking at. I'm looking at the people that aren't earning nothing. I don't care about the people who are earning, because they're just as bad, if you ask me. But I just can't. I don't know where this is going to end, but I hope it ends real soon. I really do.
It needs to end, and this is the thing, because for me, Joe, and I'm not going to go into a load of detail, but because it's not my story to tell, and I'm absolutely 100% convinced it's all going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, and I've expressed this to certain individuals that have some involvement in this. I've expressed that I'm passionate about stopping this individual is because of the other abuses that I've heard of, which I won't go into. Horrendous things, and that's what's putting the fire in me with this. Because I'm going to tell you now, myself and Joe, we can't. I mean, Joe to a more extent than me, but I've never been with this company, so I can't be a witness in any way. I can't. I mean, this is a joke. I know that Pius some time back thought that I was responsible for this. No, I have no. I'm not responsible. I cannot do. All I can do is run my mouth on social media and update. I can't do actually anything to proceed, or I can perhaps say to people like you, can you help out or anything like that. But I can't say anything myself because I'm not a witness. There's nothing I can say, nothing I can do, right? But what I can do is, and I do feel passionate about this, is I can warn people, because I'm sickened by the abuses I've heard of. And I'm going to tell you now, certain individuals who may be watching this, who may have the power to help the individual at the top of this company, I'm going to tell you now, you know what he's done. He knows who I'm talking about. You know what he's done, right? I've told you what he's done with my own mouth to your own ear. You know, and you were shocked. And I said to you, right, and if you want to continue to enable the abuses, because it'll get back to me, right? If you want to continue to enable the abuses, then that makes you an abuser. You want to enable these things, makes you an abuser, because this isn't you help somebody start a MLM company and they do what you're doing. No, this is somebody who's using their position to hurt, in further away from, take pyramid scheme out of it. They're using their position of power to cause harm to many, 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 many people, right? This has got nothing to do with company or anything else, right? And that's somebody that you're going to be supporting. You're supporting that, which makes you an abuser too, in my book, right? So if you want to carry on supporting this individual, then you can go in with him. That's my thoughts on the matter now. You can go absolutely in with the guy, because to be honest with you, I'm so sickened by it all. I really am. And this is take the whole pyramid scheme out of it. And that's what I'm going to say on that. These things will come out in the wash. They will all come out in the wash. The victims will come forward. I'm certain of it, that the victims will come forward, and it will all come out. And even if you do want to continue to support this person, when all this does come out in the wash, and you have continued to support this person, I will be the person that says that person knew. Like the BBC with Jimmy Savile. You know, the BBC with Jimmy Savile knew, they knew, and they carried on. That's going to be like you. You knew about it, and you carried on supporting. You didn't make a stand, and you didn't say, hold on a second, this is not what I realised. I didn't know this was going on. That would be the natural thing for a decent person to say is, hold on. Okay, this isn't what I wanted anymore. I didn't know that this was going on. This is awful. But you're not. You're continuing to support this person, like Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell, taking victims to Jeff Epstein. You are supporting it, supporting this awfulness. And I will be the one that says that person knew all about it and supported. And how's that going to make you look? You need to, if you have any decency, and you know who I'm talking to, if you have any decency in yourself, you wash your hands of this individual now. You wash your hands of him, you do not support him. You certainly do not support somebody who is doing what he's doing, right? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares how the company started. Nobody could actually care less. I know you lot think that they do, but from my perspective, and maybe in the beginning they might have done, but at this point in time, nobody cares how the company started. who started the company, who invested in the company. Nobody cares. That's lost in the sands of time. Currently, people care who supports an abuser. And that's where I'm going to leave that one. Do you or do you not support an abuser? And it's going to be your money. I don't care how much money you're making. No amount of money is worth supporting somebody who's doing these kinds of things. The BBC supported Jimmy Savile because he was earning them a fortune at the time. Right? It's what it's like. That is what it's on a par with. Oh, I don't. Yeah. So.
No, you're right.
Joe, do you have any comments? Because I'm going to have to pop off in a sec.
Yeah, well, I've just got one thing that I want to just show people. When I'm saying that people are lying, I don't normally just say things for the sake of it. I normally have some proof, and I've just got some here regarding a particular top rep in TS5 who's recently, on the 3rd of September, made a status. I'm not going to say her surname, but I will say who she is. Her name is SJ. And I've got some screenshots here that I printed out, talking about something that happened in 2019 when her husband lost his job. So she's put this public for people to see it. So, you know, I'm not like breaking any confidence when these are public things. I'm just going to show you. The scribbles out her surname, and I'll hide her profile picture. So SJ, and just want you to take note of the dates of 3rd September. That's only like a few months ago. Public post as well, and she's basically saying that she wanted to. Her husband lost his job in 2019, and they've made a plan to kind of have him home full time, to be the.
But she's retired her husband. Also, so retired her husband in September, did she?
Well, yeah, he lost his job in 2019.
And job since 2019.
Yeah, and then they lived for 5 weeks solely off her income, and then they've made this decision now. They had a vision. They decided that they wanted, he was going to stay at home. So they stayed head down, laser focused, huge action, and then they did it. I say we because I'm truly blessed with my man. He supports me in everything. He is kind-hearted and will do anything to help anyone. I'm not disputing that at all. I'm not saying anything bad about her husband. What I'm saying is, the main point to this is that on the 3rd of September this year, SJ claims that she has retired her husband because he lost his job in 2019, and they had a vision to retire him, and they can do that based on the fact that she's earning so much money from TS5 that she can retire her husband. And she's recruiting people with the vision that they could too get their husband to be their full-time servant while they message people on working.
Bloody hell.
All right.
If you said to me, if you join our company, you can retire your husband, that would be like the no thanks. No,
what this is because obviously when you're networking, your kids get in, and when you're in an MLM, particularly TS5, your children are more of like a bit of a ball and they're a ball and chain, because you've got to stop for 5 minutes to feed them and play with them and get them to bed. So if you can retire your husband, your focus can be 100% on manipulating your team, getting people to sign up to PowerShip, and you can be messaging random people all day while your husband is retired from work. Let me just show you something. Let me just show you something. And here's where I'll blow the light straight out the water for you. Watch this. Here we go. So we've got Work from Home Opportunities Group in the UK. 4th of May 2017. SJ again, same woman. I want to change more people's lives. Yes, you've probably heard that before, but I'm serious, and we have a process that works and is simple and it's free, no free risk or whatever. So that was on, again, these dates are really important. The 4th of May 2017, and then she says, my partner has now retired from the 9 to 5, and he's now joined the business too. Okay, so how did he retire? How the fucking hell did the man retire in 2017 when she was in Vita Divina, and now they had a vision in 2019 that they were going to retire him. Now, there's the lie, there's the proof. Believe what you want to believe, but there's the lies in black and white. If you want to see these people, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. She's making people believe that if they get their head down in TSI, they can retire their husbands. And that is a lie. Because she said that she retired her husband a couple of years ago. So what's been going on since then? Has he had to go back to work while she found another scam to scam people?
In my opinion, that's lies. In my opinion, she didn't retire him in 2017.
Complete lie. Complete and utter lie. Because she...
trying to pretend that, look, we're making so much money, I was able to retire my husband.
If people want copies of them, inbox me, I'll send them to you. I haven't got a problem in you seeing this in black and white, and I'll leave your full name on them as well. The only reason I've blacked out her surname on this is because you want me to. If it was left to me, I'd expose the full name, and you know that. But
part of me does hold out hope for these leaders that they'll see the light. This is my whole thing. Like, a part of me does hold out hope, and I don't want to expose them fully, and I certainly don't want people able to search for them on social media, because a part of me does hope that at some point they see the light and they realise what they're doing is wrong. Whether that
is she only telling those lies because she's so desperate herself and put in a corner? Is she a victim as well? I just don't know what to think. I just don't know. When you're lying, you've got to have a good memory to be a liar, and the problem with lies is that the truths are always uncovered. Like just in that case, and I've got loads of different examples. And I don't need one or two people on social media.
They run into abusers. I mean, this SJ, I mean, and all the rest of them, they have been in this for so long that their whole entire world, they are consumed by this bullshit. This bullshit, that they live and breathe bullshit day in, day out. They have no genuine life anymore. Their life is cults, their life is bullshit, their life is recruitment, their life is fake friends. That is it. That they don't have a real life outside of this, right? Their life, they are surrounded by it. And that's why, yes, in many ways, they are obviously victims, but they have turned into abusers. But has this been as a result of having completely lost sight of all reality? I think so. I think it is. And I do hold out hope, obviously when this comes out, that these people see the light of day. And then they do come out, and they do, but I doubt it. Most will just move over to another company, won't they? I mean, that is the reality of all of this.
The only thing, really, I mean, if they had any salt about them, why don't they just own up to the fact that they've lied? Say, yeah, okay, I did say that, but I'm just trying to appeal to people, or whatever it might be. But, once you start telling lies, you're building the whole thing on a lie. And I respect what you said about nobody's bothered about how TS5 started, which they're probably not. But what they need to understand is that it was started and launched on a big pack of lies. And ever since then, all it's been is lies, 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 lies. They don't even know themselves where the lies end and the truth starts. They don't know.
Level marketing is bullshit. So to me, all the bullshit just blends into one big pile of bullshit. Like the starting point of how it started, bullshit to the bit in the middle, bullshit to this one, bullshit, bullshit to this bullshit. I look from the outsider's perspective as the sort of the big picture of it, and it's just all bullshit. How I couldn't care less, and I don't think most people really care the forms of bullshit that all knit together. It's just all bullshit. But at this point, it now goes beyond that. There's too many victims, and there have been too many people outside of the pyramid factors.
There's just so many victims, and they just need to wake up to the facts and the truth that is being presented. Why would a CEO lock himself out of his account after he's had the power to deactivate the account and delete a load of posts? What a load of pish and codswallop. What on earth lies. It's all lies. It's like, I'm like, how can you believe?
It's
They
not
don't
even,
give a shit.
not even having enough respect for these women to just say, even make up a more realistic lie. Like I said, like, oh, you know, I've deactivated that account. All the trolls are pissing me off. I want to start a new one. Just say that. Why lie? Why make up bullshit?
Yeah, because this lie is what this lie about locking himself out of his account. It's just not worth it. Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
I think I lost connection. Just tell the truth.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up there, Joe.
Okie doke.
All right,
Yeah,
then.
I'm losing. The signal's gone really crap. I've come downstairs and now it's gone crap. But thank you very much for having me on again. I appreciate it. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, speak soon.